Hello YouTube, this is Kaito JR here, and oh my god, I can't believe... Okay guys, look, this is the final chapter of Ajin Demi the manga. I mean, if you've already read this chapter, I mean, I don't know why you are here if you didn't read this, but... Yep, this is the last chapter. I did not expect this at all. I thought there was going to be more chapters in the future of Ajin Demi. I mean, there still is a lot of things that they didn't even explain in this manga, but I guess we'll never know since this is like the final chapter. I mean, hopefully there'll be like side chapters afterwards, like the same whole thing with the Promised Neverland, because they say like at the end of the Promised Neverland, like when that manga ended, that yeah, that was like the last chapter of that manga. So, but then there was like side chapters afterwards. Maybe Ajin Demi will have something like that, but I don't know. I mean, The Promised Neverland is a lot more popular of a manga series than Ajin is, so I don't know if Ajin will even get side chapters after like chapter 86. I didn't expect this at all. So yes, this is the final chapter of Ajin Demi everybody. I'm not happy about this at all. Plus, this chapter, yeah, like I said, it didn't really deliver entirely all that much, which is why I'm kind of disappointed in this chapter. Actually, a lot of manga don't usually nail their final chapters at all. Like Bleach, Naruto didn't kinda, and yeah, Naruto Shippuden, and The Promised Neverland also didn't as well. But they at least have side chapters for that. Many other manga also don't really deliver that much for like their final chapter, and I guess you can put Ajin Demi on that list, unfortunately, because like this was like meant to be my favorite manga ever, and this chapter, like this is like just the last chapter, and it doesn't even feel like the last chapter at all, especially at the end where we just see Kei Nagai just like running off after he got hit by this truck by some of Ko's like construction working with buddies or whatever, and then yeah, Kei just like, alright, well, I guess I'll just run off. Like, yeah, this is where my journey is now getting started, because you see right here, Kei and Ko, they both have their new names, which for some reason we don't even get a reveal on them. I mean, I guess I'm just going to refer to them, keep on referring to them as just, Kei and Nagai, and just like how they are always referred to as, because we don't get their like new names in this chapter at all, and we're probably never gonna get, and like we're probably never like gonna get their like new names at all, because this is like the final chapter here. So I don't know. I mean, I'll just refer to them as just Ko Nakano, Kei Nagai. Yeah, same thing with Izumi Shimamura. I mean, she returns in like the final chapter. I mean, she kind of have to. Also with Reiji Akiyama, they have their new new looks. Maybe this is like some sort of time skip. Maybe like a couple of months or a year or something like that. Because our characters do look slightly older, especially with like Reiji and Izumi. I mean, I guess I was technically right. I mean, we did get like some sort of time skip, because I mean, okay, it's not exactly a time skip. I mean, we didn't get like a 4-year sort of thing here, but yeah, our characters here do look slightly older, and I suppose we did get like some sort of age reveal. I mean, I always assumed that Izumi was very young. She was like in her like maybe 20, like mid 20s around there. But it just seems like Reiji is surprised for some reason that when he found out that like okay, there's no way you're this old, Reiji, because Reiji, he was like looking at Izumi's like new like ID, something like that Tosaki made for her and for Reiji as well. So I guess that just confirms that Tosaki is still alive. But yeah, Tosaki never actually died. So this chapter kind of proves it. I mean, we still never got to see Tosaki at all. Yeah, that's another crazy thing. We like the last time we saw Tosaki was when he was sitting on this bench right after he was done giving his speech to like this audience, like to like these reporters and stuff like that. Revealing all this stuff about like what the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare was doing behind the scenes with all the like illegal Ajin activities, stuff like that. Yeah. Once Sasaki was done with that, giving speech there, he went to this bench and just sat there, and we just saw blood dripping on said bench or whatever sort of liquid it was. I mean, some people think it was blood. I guess it was blood, whatever. And then that was the last time we saw him. So apparently he is still alive, and he made these new IDs for both Izumi and Reiji. And yet, once again, we don't get their names at all. We don't get their new names, so we'll just keep on referring to them as just Izumi and Reiji, because yeah, we don't know their new names at all. It's just we don't see Tosaki here as well. I mean, at least we see some characters that we've like we're wondering like where they are. I mean, we've seen Takahashi in this yeah, in this chapter as well. In the final chapter, we've seen like Jun Suzuki, the first publicly discovered Ajin in Japan. It's so weird. I don't know. Yeah, and we also see the other Ajin that is friends with Jun named Jim. We don't really see any character development with these characters at all. I mean, we just see these characters. They're meant to be very interesting. Then we don't get any like focus on them at all. We Yeah, also June and Jim, they both only just appear in just 2 chapters in the entirety of Ajin Demi Human, and that is it. For the most part, we don't see them anymore afterwards. So I don't know. I mean, maybe like this chapter seems very very rushed. That's what I believe. I mean, it just seems rushed for the most part. The ending is rushed too. We should like this should not be the final chapter. We should be getting more chapters, but it just says final chapter, and I was so surprised that it said that. I don't know. I mean, just so. I don't know. This is like the final chapter, everybody. I don't know what to say. I mean, I don't know if they're actually going to be making any side chapters afterwards, or like chapter 86.5. I mean, why would they do that? I mean, they must have decided like, yeah, okay, this is the final chapter, everybody. Let's just like rush this thing, and so we can just focus on something else. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Ganon Sakurai is just like tired of writing this manga. He just wanted to just rush the ending of it, which is really disappointing because I love this manga, like I just said at the beginning of this video, and now like the whole thing is just over, and that's it. Like our characters are just going on with their new lives, and we're not going to get like any like just anything else afterwards with them at all. So I mean, I really want to know what Kei Nagai is going to do next. I mean, he just says right here that he's just going to keep on becoming like a doctor. He wants to become a doctor, and that is it for the most part. Yeah, so Ko's like, wait, seriously? So even like after everything that has just happened, you still want to become a doctor? Like what? Like yeah, Kei's like, well, yeah, I mean, what else? Why would I not want to keep on being a doctor? That was like my whole thing there. So why would I just change that all of a sudden? Maybe he still wants to, I guess, go and meet up with his like younger sister Eriko, and I guess cure her disease or whatever. I mean, we saw Eriko in this chapter with her mother Ritsu Nagai as well, just like taking her out of the hospital, and just the Anoki General Hospital, I believe that's what it was called, and just taking her, bring her home. I guess she's fine now or whatever. I mean, I don't know why she's leaving the hospital. Isn't she like still sick or whatever? Wait, so isn't that like the main reason why Kei became like a doctor, just so he can cure his little sister's like disease, her unknown disease that for some reason has never been revealed to us at all? The same thing like how like our characters like new names just aren't revealed to us at all. It's like same thing, like we never get the confirmation on like Eriko Nagai's like disease, like what kind of disease does she have, why was she staying in the hospital with this unknown disease that we don't even know what it is, and we still like the entire time have never found out like what her disease is, and that is really weird. And also, they just talk about stuff like really that has no substance to it at all. What Eriko and her mother were really talking about. They just walked home and that's it. Yeah, same thing with Takahashi. I mean, we just see him just like scaring this man who was bringing him food. It was inside this like prison cell thing or whatever, inside this social like facility to keep them inhumans, I presume. Maybe they're going to like experiment upon like Takahashi. I mean, I seriously doubt anything's like gonna change with that sort of stuff there. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't experiment upon like Takahashi and just like I guess test their like new equipment or just technology on him. Why would you just keep him there and just let him just like frighten like people with his IBM? Like just some sort of like whale shark or just whale IBM he had. Like he's just using this thing to like frighten people for some reason, and he just stays inside of his cell, and that's it. We don't see Takahashi like anymore like afterwards in this chapter. So a lot of disappointing stuff in this chapter, most definitely. And let's see. Also regarding Sato, apparently it's revealed in this chapter that Sato isn't actually dead per se. I mean, like that guy on the news wasn't like. I think he wasn't really told entirely the truth. Obviously, I mean, they're not gonna like tell the public on what's going on with Sato. So, and yes, Ajin's they cannot die, but that doesn't mean they can live forever. I mean, I already just told you all this like before in some video I did before that. Ajin's do naturally die of age. However, like these military people for some facility somewhere around the world, I'm pretty sure it's in Japan still. They put Sato inside this freezing pot or whatever, it's like the same thing from Fallout 4. Remember everybody where the main character is put inside this pod at like the beginning of the game, and he's like frozen there for like the next 200 years, and he just wakes up in this like this radiated world like that is different from what he's known. Yeah, same thing that happened with Sato here. Like he's just put inside this freezing pod, this cryonetic pod or whatever, and he's just kept there. And the man even said that like, yeah, he's gonna be kept there for like for as long as we just I guess like hope that he stays there, and yeah, like so hopefully no one breaks him out there. But I don't think no one's gonna break Sato out there. I mean, it's just a weird, it's a really weird random way for Sato to just be finished off like that. I mean, such a badass character like Sato just like defeated in that sense, just kept there, and that's it. We won't see him ever again. Like no more Sato. He just kept inside this freezing pod where he just kept there, and so while he is frozen inside this pod, he cannot age too. So technically he's not alive or dead. He's just frozen inside this pod for who knows how long he's going to be staying in there. I mean, probably by like once humanity is extinct, maybe that's when Sato will be like released from that pod, and then he'll just like all of a sudden like, what the hell happened here? I was like put inside this weird thing, and I just woke up like, how long has it been? Like weeks or something like that? Like, yeah, of course, Sato is just going to believe like he's just been inside it for like weeks. It's like the whole like Avatar: The Last Airbender thing where Aang was stuck inside this like iceberg for like 100 years, and then he just came out. He thought it was like only like a week has passed, but yeah, he's been there for like 100 years. Same thing with Sato. Sato's probably going to be staying there for like over 200 years. He's going to think it's like been like a week past, and then it's gonna, like people are going to tell him that no, dude, you've been in here for like 200 years. Like Sato's going to be like, what the hell, yeah. So he's gonna be really surprised by this, and everyone he once knew is already dead. Like everyone's dead, and Sato is just on his own. He's all alone. No one knows him. Like he doesn't. Well, I'm pretty sure that people know him, but they might read his documents from like 200 years ago, really ancient documents. Like yeah, this ancient man that just came back from like 200 years ago. It is now doing like. Would he still be causing havoc? Maybe he will still like want to have more fun. I don't know. I mean, he'll probably be like a very old man by then. I mean, he'll still die eventually, even if he is like freed. He'll still start aging like once again. So yeah, I mean, that's the whole Sato situation there. I mean, that's just Sato's fate right there. Everybody, like, I don't know what else to say or tell you about that. But yeah, I mean, also, that's another thing. We still haven't even get to saw like or seen Koji Tanaka anywhere. Yep, Tanaka is still just vanished. Okay, that's yeah, we don't see Tanaka at all in this chapter, and this is supposed to be like the final chapter of Ajin Demi-Human. I mean, why didn't we see Tanaka? Like, did the writers forget about him or something? Did Gamo Sakurai forgot about him? Like after he tried to kill Sato, he just like vanished afterwards, and oh my freaking god. Okay, I mean, at least we got to see Izumi in this last final chapter of Ajin Demi-Human. You see, this is why I thought like we were going to be getting more chapters until like chapter 100, because there's a lot of loose ends that we still need to like tie up for this manga, and just ending it out of nowhere right here, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. It's not really practical at all, and yeah, they miss like a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff still needs to be answered, and we're probably never going to get them answered ever. So yeah, I don't know what to tell all of you. It's just that we don't know where Koji Tanaka is. We don't know where Shinya Nakamura is. We don't know where Masumi Okuyama is. Who else? Many other characters. I'm pretty sure we don't know where they are as well. Let's see. I can't really think of anyone else. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're definitely out there. Also, yeah. Also, we get to see Manabe here as well. He doesn't really do anything here in this chapter. We just see him at the Izukiyu Shimoda station, just I guess off to his new life, I suppose, and yeah, maybe he's gonna start a new family there, and wherever he's going, I'm pretty sure he's going to some village. I don't exactly remember where. I'm pretty sure it was mentioned before, but yeah, he's going there, and we're not gonna be seeing a lot of him anytime soon, mostly because this is like the final chapter, just like I just said. So I mean, like these guys do like check his bag just like to make sure he's not hiding anything like weird in it, and then yeah, he just said, okay, it's clear, you can go, sir. And Manabe's like, alright, I mean, I understand why you might see me as suspicious, I mean, with this face like this, or you think I would, but yeah, I mean, you think Manabe would have, done more stuff, but now he didn't. He just, like that, he just did that, and then he just left, and we don't see him ever again. So yeah, I mean, let's see, yeah, and also, like I said, I got, oh yeah, also Kaito, yeah, we see Kaito again here in this chapter. it's revealed that yeah, both him and Takashi, yeah, Kotobuki have been freed. So yeah, maybe there was a time skip after all, because these two characters are just about to leave prison. Well, okay, we don't know for sure if Takashi is going to leave prison. I mean, we don't even know why Takashi is even in prison to begin with. He's just there. He just escaped, and then he came back, and then that's it. We don't know why he was sent there to begin with. We do know why Kaito was sent here, because he was an Ajin sympathizer. He helped Kei escape, and it doesn't seem like he'll ever see Kei ever again. And, like, strangely enough, I mean, he did show up there, got shot in the back of his neck. Like, there was like tons of blood just coming out of his mouth, which is what he said. He doesn't know exactly what happened, but he just took it as like some sort of warning from Kei, like to like stay away, and for Kaito just to think like more rationally and just more carefully onto like, you know, not risk his life for just something so stupid like he just did right there. And then Kaito, you see, I mean, actually, first, like, Takashi just thought, like, oh, maybe he came back because he's like a demi-human or something. Alright, I'll just show my IBM to him. No, he doesn't see it. Okay, maybe he's not a demi-human. It's very strange. What could have happened to him? But, of course, it's the threshold phenomenon that happened alongside with the flood phenomenon. Of course, like, Kaito and Takashi don't really know anything about that, because, for one, Takashi has never experienced a flood in his entire life. I'm sure he hasn't. And, like, let alone like a threshold as well. So yeah, definitely Takashi doesn't know anything about that, and Kaito too as well. But Kaito is just going to take it as like yeah, I'm probably just need to be even more cautious than I was before, because yeah, Kaito was very reckless before. Now Kai is going to be a lot more cautious moving forward because of what he just did here. And also he stated that he's going to get some work. Yeah, he's gonna go to work or whatever, like maybe find a job or something like that afterwards. Like he just leaves prison, because yeah, we do see him afterwards leaving prison, and we don't see him afterwards ever again, like after this chapter is over. So yeah, like both Kai and Kei don't even get to see each other like afterwards. So I mean, Kei just like runs off somewhere else at the end of the chapter. I mean, at least like the last panel, which is Kei's face, not just some random person we never seen before. At least, I mean, we just see Ko actually just, you know, working at this construction site just like he promised he would. He said like afterwards, like he defeated Sato, he'll go back to work here, because he stated that like some man like gave him this job, like gave him like a place like to, you know, just gave purpose to his life. You know, that's what like he stated that that's why he just wanted to, like, that's why he cares about people so much, because of what this particular person that we never seen before did for him. And you know, find like a job for him, and it's just you know, just like a life for him in general, really. But that's it for the most part. Ko just like goes back to his construction site where he works, and Kei just runs off after he gets hit by this truck. Really comedic like type of like way he got killed here. I don't know, like a lot of characters in this chapter have like these really comedic faces, especially with Reiji at the beginning of the chapter, where we just saw his reaction to like Izumi's age, and also Izumi's reaction to like how like Reiji, it's like, there's no way you're like this old, and then Izumi just made this like really entertaining face or whatever. I don't know, like this chapter was kind of strange. I mean, at least we got some confirmation on like what happened. I mean, at least with Sato, I mean, I was kind of really angry that we didn't get like, we just found out that, like, okay, Sato is dead. Like, what the hell is going on here? I mean, and then we just found out, like, okay, Sato technically isn't not dead. He's just, like, partly dead and partly alive inside this, like, this cryo or freezing pod or whatever, inside this, like, some sort of military facility base somewhere around Japan, where he's just being kept there for, like, the rest of eternity, I suppose, or just for, like, the next 200 years or whatever. I mean, at least, like, that's what the military guy said, like, this like, facility is going to be running for, like, the next 200 years, is, like, what he said. Of course, those two are going to be long dead by then, while Sato is probably gonna like escape until then or whatever, but, yeah, we don't really get to see anything else afterwards in this chapter. Also, yeah, there's actually one thing though. I mean, Reiji does return back to his wife. I mean, we got that promise as well. That Reiji, so like he promised he would return to his wife and daughter. We don't get to see his daughter in this chapter. We see his wife, but she has really short hair. We don't really get to see her face all that much. For some reason, I mean, that was like the same thing with Ritsu Nagai in like the beginning of the manga, where we don't even get to see her face until later on. I mean, same thing with this character right here, this new character that we just saw in the final chapter of Ajin Demi-Human. Yeah, we see Reiji just return to his wife. We don't see her face. We don't get her name at all. And just like this person, her wife just slaps him just for being gone for so long. And then Reiji's like, I'm sorry for leaving. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't tell you anything at all once I left for Sato. Sorry about that. And then her wife just says like, all right, look, just come inside, tell me the truth. Maybe he is going to explain about like his new name, his new identity, stuff like that, like what he's been doing. It's just everything. He's just going to explain everything. Maybe he'll even tell her that he's an Ajin himself. Maybe he'll tell her that, but I'm not even sure. He might even, like, maybe it's not necessary that he might not even need to tell her that, but you know, it's Reiji. Maybe he'll just tell her the truth or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, we don't even get to see that too as well. But let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I covered everything in this chapter. Yeah, I don't like how this is the final chapter. That's just what I need to tell all of you. Just like the truth here. Really am disappointed with this. I mean, I was disappointed with the last chapter, disappointed with this chapter as well. How we just get this really pitiful ending with Sato. A lot of like just loose ends, not just, you know, not being just revealed, and just, I don't know. I can't even. Oh my god, this chapter. I mean, this manga. I mean, I can't believe it just ended right here. I mean, like I just said, I didn't expect this at all, and it's like it's gone now. It's gone. That's it. And it's just. There's going to be no more Ajin Demi-Human manga chapters afterwards, everybody, as far as I am aware of. I'm going to be really surprised if this actually returns, despite them just labeling this as like the final chapter. Like why would you label this as like the final chapter if you're going to do more chapters, like side chapters? Then I guess if they do side chapters, then maybe this is like the final main chapter, and then they're just going to do other stuff like light novels afterwards. But that just depends if this chapter or manga is going to be like, you know, well known enough that they'll do like some sort of light novel or just anything afterwards, like after chapter 86. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like that's pretty much all I just need to talk about in this chapter, everybody. I don't like how this is like the end. I really hope that something comes afterwards for Ajin Demi-Human after like chapter 86, like a new anime returns for like the manga, which yeah, they definitely need to do like some sort of new anime for this thing right here. Hopefully they do that. Hopefully some like new like side chapters, because I'm not going to just stop, like, you know, talking about Ajin Demi-Human in this, like, you know, in this channel right here. Hopefully they do some more stuff here. But yeah, look, I have to go right now. Okay, I have other stuff to do at this point in time. But yeah, that's just the end of the video, everybody. That's the end for my review for chapter 86 of the Ajin Demi-Human manga. Apparently the final chapter. So yeah, that's it for the video, everybody. Thanks for watching, and bye. Yeah, so bye.